Hey, Fit Fam. Sorry. I was trying to be like extra. I was trying to be on Facebook, on YouTube. I was trying to be on Clubhouse. Team too much is what it was happening. But no fear. No fear. I was, I'm all for go hard or go home. And I was trying to just do some extra stuff, so I was late. So I'm so sorry, Fit Fam. I really do apologize. Please forgive me, but the content is still the same. Fam, who am I? My name is Orlandina Balan, and I am the Fitter Woman. I'm an educator, motivator, professional bodybuilder. I am the People's Health Coach. My goal is to help professional women like you to create time for self-care, body, mind, and spirit. My purpose is to help you to create a balanced lifestyle that allows you to be present in your families, step confidently in your businesses, and to lead a purpose-driven life. Yep, that's me. I want to help you to be your best self yet and be the successful, professional, entrepreneurial Wonder Woman that I know that you are. So today, fam, I wanted to talk about fear. You know, we've all heard that acronym, right? FEAR. False evidence appearing real. False evidence appearing real. Why? Because fear is a liar. Fear makes a liar out of you. Fear makes a liar out of the situation that you may find yourself in. That's why it's false evidence appearing real. Fear makes you think that whatever you see in front of you is this big, ugly ogre of a monster when it really is just a little mouse that you can go shoot and it runs away. Fam, fear is one of those things that keeps us from being what we were meant to be, what we were created to be, what we were designed to be. So, fear. There's a scientific reason for it. There's a purpose for it. Because fear, by definition, it is defined as an anxious feeling caused by our anticipation of some imagined event or experience. Maybe. There's that. And then fear is also a reaction, right? You've heard of that. Because we know that fight or flight reaction is our physical reaction to fear. It gets our hypothalamus going, and then, I hope I said that was the part. I think that's the right part, right? Our hypothalamus goes, it gets the adrenal glands going, it dumps these stress hormones into our bodies, and our body is just prepared to either fight or run. That is the purpose of fear. That is the life purpose of fear. Did you know that we were only born with 2 innate sense of fear? Just 2. I'm going to leave it to you to tell me what you think they are. Fear. One of the innate sense of fear that we were born with is the fear of falling, right? That is something we were born to protect us. The fear of falling, so it kept you from, I guess, running around on a cliff. Our ancestors, stay off the cliff. That innate sense, that fear of falling, kept you from doing dumb things. But I really think children don't listen to that. Because I see them, taking their bikes and jumping off of ramps and jumping off the top flight of the stairs. So I don't know how true that is. But there's a fear of falling. The second fear that we were born with is the fear of loud noises, right? Everybody hears a loud noise and boom, we duck. That's the purpose of fear. But we're only born with 2 innate sense of fear. So where does all this other fear come from? It's learned. The rest of the fear that we experience is actually learned, either through our families, through our life experience. It's something we're vaccinated with, right? We're continuously bombarded. Hey, listen, we now have hand sanitizers everywhere, right? You can hand sanitize yourself, but realizing it creates a sense of fear of germs, right? Be careful, be careful, be careful. Everything, be careful. How many times you see a baby walking around, be careful. And all of that. We teach the children to be afraid. Have you ever gone skiing or snowboarding? I have. You know what I can't stand? The little kids. The little kids are learning how to ski. They're hearing from their ski instructors, pizza, french fries, and they're just going down the mountain with the little strap. no little rods, no little ski prods, just the little skis on, and that's it, and they're going down the mountain. We're like this, like, oh my God, I'm break a hip, Kids are not born, children are taught to fear, and therefore we are taught to fear as well. And because of those fears, it keeps us from allowing us to be our great self. There's a gentleman by the name of Karl Albrecht. In 2007, there's a graphic out there. You guys should look it up. It's called the Feararchy. Feararchy. It's like the hierarchy of fear. The bottom, it's a triangle, and the bottom is the fear of extinction. The second level is the fear of mutilation. The next one is the fear of the loss of autonomy. Then there's the fear of separation at the very top. At the very top is the fear of the ego or death. It's ego death. We fear that. So according to him, every fear that we experience comes from any one of those levels, because fears can be categorized into those 5, according to him. It's called the Feararchy. Feararchy. It is a play on the word fear, hierarchy. Fear of extinction, right? We don't want to die. We have a natural, innate sense of fear of death. Nobody wants to die. But why? We know it has to happen. Nothing lives forever. So why do we fear death? It's because we did not accomplish what we came to this earth to do. Because if you truly accomplish your life, you accomplish your purpose, when it's your time to go, you'll just say, okay, I've come and done everything that I came here to do. So there's no fear of death. The other reason why we fear death is because there's a lot of things culturally that we're taught in terms of death. Ghosts, goblins, demons, right? The dead always coming back to life. The dead, walking around in terms of spirit. In one way you can say, hey, this spirit, my ancestors are protecting me and watching over me, or my ancestors could be haunting me. But why would you haunt someone? Because what happens to ghosts? Ghosts are created from spirits and beings that did not complete their life on earth. These are spirits that did not live their life and are filled with regrets, and they become ghosts. So that's the first level of fear, the foundation of fear. The fear of death, the fear of extinction, and that's because we did not accomplish our task. Second level is the fear of mutilation. Nobody wants to lose a limb, and we know it's because we fear that we won't be able to do and move and do the things that we came to this life to do. But how many times do we see these amazing athletes, amazing people, courageous people that may not be athletes, that lost a sense or a limb and have accomplished so much more because of that? Did you know that the fear of bugs and insects and being bitten, that's also from that fear? So anything that might cause us bodily harm, we fear that. Well, if that's the case, then why do we agreeingly choose to eat things that we know are unhealthy for us? We willingly eat things that we know can harm us. It does us no good. So if we have this fear of mutilation, that you're mutilating yourself. You're eating and treating your body in a way that you shouldn't. You're not treating it like the precious temple that it is. So think about that. The next level of fear is the fear of the loss of autonomy. Now listen, I'm a boss lady, right? That's what I think of myself. I'm a boss lady. I'm a boss. I was listening to Beyonce this morning, and this evening, while on my way home from work, and I was like, yeah, right? Because you feel that when you're the boss, you're the head. Everybody does what you say. But are you truly the boss? Are you running your life, or is your life running you? One of the things that I help my ladies with is the clock. We are a slave to our clock. And because we're a slave to the clock, we don't whip the clock into shape like we're supposed to. The clock doesn't run you. You run your clock. You control your clock. So when I ask you, did you get a chance to get some me time in? No, I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to do this, all of this. And then it sounded like your clock just took over. No, ladies, you run your clock. You slay those little time goblins that are running around trying to eat from your time. So that when we think we're autonomous, I don't think that we really truly are. So that is a fear, because that's where you get the fear of commitment. People don't want to get married. They don't want to commit to a relationship. You know, they want to know that they have an out. Well, that fear of commitment doesn't only go apply to relationships. It also can apply to your professional relationships, right? The fear of committing to a task. Maybe you have a dream that you've wanted to do, but you keep putting it to the side, because you're afraid to fail. That's the fear. That is the root cause of the fear of commitment, the fear of failure. The fear that we're actually going to make a mistake and get it wrong. Guess what? Let me remove that fear for you. I promise you, I guarantee that you will make a mistake. There, I've taken it off your plate. I guarantee you that on your way to achieving your dream, you will make a mistake. And it's okay. It's part of the process. You gotta make mistakes. Because if you don't make mistakes, how you gonna get it right? That's the only way you get it right, is by making a mistake. So I promise you, you're gonna make a mistake. Embrace it, love it, hold it. It's okay. Because guess what? When you fail moving towards your dream, you're still moving towards your dream. You're just learning, it's not gonna be straight. I gotta make a right, then I gotta make a left, and then I gotta make a right again, and I gotta make a left, and it's all jig-jaggy, but you're still moving forward. Fear. So the fear of commitment comes from the fear of the loss of autonomy. The next level is the fear of separation. You know, we say our dogs got separation anxiety. You got separation anxiety too. We have separation anxiety too, because we don't want to leave that relationship that is unhealthy for us, because I love my man. I love my woman. I love my job, or this boss is just banging me over the head, because you are afraid of separation. That is the fear of separation. Not leaving a job that you should have left 10 years ago. Not leaving a relationship that you should have left 10 years ago. Fear of separation. Because you are afraid of change. You don't know what you're going to find out there. When you leave the relationship, when you leave that job, when you jump ship, you don't know what's on the other side. But fam, let me tell you something. I can tell you what is going to be waiting for you if you don't make that change, if you don't take that jump. The same old crap that you've been facing every single day in the relationship and at that job. I guarantee that. So, either you jump ship and see what's on the other side, or stay there and guarantee yourself a life of misery at your job and in your relationships and in your friendships. That is the fear of separation, because you are afraid to change. Again, afraid of failure. What if I leave this job and try to go out on my own and I fail? Bravo. Because you're focusing on the wrong thing. You're not focusing on the fact that you jumped ship. You're focusing on the fact that you failed. Honey, no, you jumped ship. Go for it. I just jumped ship 2 weeks ago. I jumped ship. I made a decision that I never thought I'd make. And let me tell you, it is the best decision that I've made. I enrolled in this mentoring program, and the investment is so worth it. It is so worth it, because I jumped ship, right? Got to make those tough decisions. Lastly is the fear of your ego, the fear of ego death, the death of self. Fam, let me tell you how amazing the death of self can be, how liberating the death of self can be. When you allow yourself to die, I know it sounds morbid, right? When you allow yourself to die, when you allow yourself to be broken into little pieces like dust, and put yourself back together again, and piece yourself back together again, glue yourself back together again on your hands and knees, looking for all the little pieces that fell, let me tell you how wonderfully made you become. Because you formed yourself along with God's and the universe's hand on you. You were able to put yourself back together again. And in putting yourself back together again, you learned every little nook and cranny that makes you you. And guess what, fam? You get to do it again and again and again and again. Let me tell you, my little vase, I'm surprised that little vase ain't dust right now. Because it keeps being broken for me to get down and put it together again. It keeps being broken into small pieces so I can get down and put it together again. And guess what? I don't like it. I don't like it. Every time I'm like, okay, God, here it is. I did it. He's like, oh. Or she's like, oh, so beautiful. Let me take a look. Cling. And I'm like, wait. But when I put myself back together again, how beautiful I feel. How wonderful I feel. The people that come into my experience to help me piece myself together again are even stronger and stronger than the ones before. So fam, fear. Fear is false evidence appearing real. Do not allow fear to keep you from your greatness, because that's all it will do. It will tell you can't when you can. It will tell you to sit still when you need to jump. It will tell you no when it means when you're supposed to hear yes. It's going to tell you to move left when your spirit tells you to go right. That is the purpose of fear. To make you move in the opposite direction. That's why if you hear a loud noise, everybody moves in the other direction. That is the purpose of fear. Nah, babies. No, Fit Fam. You got to face your fear. You got to square your shoulders, look at it head on, and say, like Mutombo, I always like this, not today. So fam, with that being said, be bigger, be fitter, be stronger. Embrace your fear. Because that is where you find your greatest self. That is your opportunity to see exactly what you're made of. Because let me tell you people something. When you know what you're made of, when you know who you are, when you are the great I am, there's nothing more powerful than that. Fam, be bigger, be fitter, be stronger. Face your fears. You are stronger than you know. Have a great night, fam.